There's a kind of obedience I want to speak about this morning that God is actually opposed to. And there's a kind of obedience that God is seeking, that God desires. And first, let's have a look at why it is that God is so against this system of worship, the way in which the Israelites are practicing the sacrifices and the festivals and the things that they thought would be pleasing to God, but actually are not pleasing Him at all. The first thing is that it's religious activity without relationship. It's religious activity, but without a sense of relationship with God. And we know that if you read through the Old Testament stories, the whole point of all of these sacrifices was to bring people to God. It was to make a way so that your sins could be dealt with, so that you could appear before God and you could stand in His presence, you could have a relationship with God. That's the orientation, that's the design, that's the point. But here, all these activities are going on without any relationship with God. It's as though it's just a meaningless, mindless activity. He speaks about it like you're trampling the courts. It's like you're just like a crowd passing through the temple. You do your thing and you exit the other side and nothing's really happened. You've just passed through. There's been no engagement, no sense of relationship, no presenting of yourself before God. And it's a great danger that the Israelites had fallen into, that they felt secure in their status as believing people. Had this idea that, well, because we're the Israelites, because God has given us these systems, because God has dealt with us in the past and taken us through the Red Sea and given us the promised land, and because we are called the people of God, we have this special status. And sure, we do practice these activities in order to represent the status that we have, but they're secure just in the fact that they're called believers, not secure in any kind of relationship with God Himself. And it's so easy, isn't it, to fall into a trap like that where we just go through the motions and we start practicing religious activity, but we don't really come into the presence of God.